I'm back, finally, here with another edition of, I keep wanting to call it my radio show, but it's not. I get confused between the two platforms, but here we are, Flash Talks, here on YouTube. Let me get the admin bit out of the way. Please like the video, please subscribe to the content, and please let your comments come in. I want to know what you think of this, my review, finally. Nearly 2 months on from when I was going to do it, of the not even new now Radio 1 weekend schedule. Now let me tell you, when I was growing up, I'd have Radio 1 on 7 days a week, day and night. That's how much of a fan I was. And I'm going to go straight in with it. I actually now think the weekend schedule is probably the best. It's better than weekdays. There you go, I said it. And of course it starts unofficially on Fridays, although I don't really. My favourite Friday lineup was a few months back. You had obviously early breakfast. You'd always have a rotation presenter, someone new coming in. Great way to introduce them. I love that they keep that going. Then of course you have Greg, the main man. Then you'd have Jordan. Don't mention him now. He who shall not be named. See? It's even sirens going off. Don't mention Jordan at the BBC. And then you had Matt and Molly. And then you had The Chart with Scott. Now at Radio 2. And that wasn't even that long ago. That's like 4 years ago, I want to say. That was my favourite Fridays. I could have Radio 1 on all day long. And it was fantastic. Yep, get the message. You've gone to go and get Jordan. Well, they've come to get me for mentioning Jordan. If you want Jordan, he's over at Capital. I've got these on. It's not even that sunny. It was earlier. That's why I had a headache. But, yeah. So, where do I start? Let's start with weekend early breakfast, something they brought back. They somehow had the budget to bring it back, but it's just for 1 hour, 6 till 7 on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is Ore and Sunday is Swarzy, and I've got to say it's great that there's that budget there, but you're not missing nothing. It's basically the Radio 1 playlist and some snippets of Ore and Swarzy jumped in, but I was enjoying hearing Swarzy as a part of mega massive battle tracks. Big shout out to Radio 1 for that. That was addictive all day listening, and I just loved it. It was just so fun, and she was a part of the lineup where you pit the DJs against each other, and I just think it's great fun doing things like that. That's where Radio 1 is the best. They just think outside the box and do things to introduce the listeners to presenters that they don't normally hear, and also it's just addictive. I loved it, and I know so many diehard Radio 1 listeners did. I never get why people moan about it. What do you want? The same old boring playlist format? If you want that, just go over to Capital for the day. Jeez. Yeah, so gone off track there. So I heard Swarzy's first show, and I heard Ore's first official show. Obviously he's done lots of cover work before, and like I say, it's just the playlist and a little bit from them in between. They do have a little bit of freedom to say what they like a little bit, but it's nothing special, but it's nice to know it's there and not just a playlist for an hour, even though it is a playlist for an hour. Shut up, Flash. And then on to weekend breakfast. It's Mr. James Cusack, who I was not begging, but wishing Radio 1 would give him a permanent slot since it came in the brilliant December presenter takeover they do. In the weird bit between Christmas and New Year, they always bring new presenters in, and he was one of the standouts for me, and I'm so pleased he's got his own programme, and he has got what reminds me of, going back to the past as I remember, the music generator game that Fern and Reggie used to do on Weekend Breakfast back. It's coming up to 20 years ago. That why is life flying by? It feels like yesterday. But yeah, his big feature across the weekend is I've forgotten the name of it. See, I'm doing this from here today. I normally make notes, but it's basically the entire playlist they say, obviously of the last 25 years, on a shuffle, and the listener says stop on the other end of the line, and if they don't like it, they shuffle again, and then they're stuck with the next track. It's an old school radio format, and it works. There's no point in stopping it, and it's a great job. I just like hearing the disappointment in the listeners when they think they should have gone with the first track. So yeah, James is absolutely smashing it. And then onto the not so new part of the lineup. It's the group chat with Nat and Vicky, or Nat and Hulk Hogan. Again, brilliant. That was just so great fun. And Vicky Hawksworth, of course, spoiler alert for you, it's still there on BBC Sounds if you want to listen back to it. She won the battle tracks, all day battle tracks. So, and she had the best nickname for the day of Hulk Hogan. She took on the wrestling gimmick and smashed it. Their show is, I want to say, of course it's female heavy because it's two female presenters, but I feel like anyone can get involved in it. What makes me laugh about their show is the amount of people that fall for is there an actual group chat number. I'm sure they anticipated this when they called it the group chat. But the amount of people on the chat rooms that say, what is the group chat number? It is the Radio 1 text number. It's just the name of the show. Group chat has a group chat vibe where voice notes get sent in, random videos get sent in, and it becomes a discussion. I think it's a genius radio format. So keep it up, ladies, smashing it. And on to the future stars of Radio 1, Sam, Danny. I can't even call them future stars anymore because they are the stars for me. Radio 1 is searching for its next big thing, where Greg is the pinnacle. And these two, trust me, I've said it before, I'll say it again, are future breakfast hosts. And they have a new spring in their step with their new show. They've obviously got an extra day in the week. They're on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. You get that big Friday vibe. Such bouncy, big tunes on Fridays. They have great formats, great. I just enjoy it all round. Brilliant show. What I find tricky for myself personally is Saturdays. I love. It's all about football for me, so I tend to not listen to Radio 1 a lot on Saturdays. So I am building up to the games and 5 Live's on, blah 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 blah. So I'm looking forward to the summer. I always do, June, July, where Radio 1 becomes another big part of my life at the weekend. So, from what I've heard of them in their slots, it's sounding fantastic. 1 till 4, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Go check them out. It's great, and especially Friday. I've always said that Friday afternoon slot is something quite unique. Everybody's getting to their end of the typical working week, and yeah, they just have that energy. And keep it going, guys, keep it going. Think outside the box more and just keep going with it. And well done to Radio 1 for doing it. Do I go through the whole lineup? I mean, you got the chart with Jack on Friday. The chart is the chart. At the end of the day, you can only go so far with it. I could do a whole episode on the chart. Might do at some point. Saturdays, you've got dance anthems. Again, I love my dance music, particularly on a Friday, Saturday. And I would say, again, June and July, I will be all over dance anthems because belters, banger after banger. And Sundays you've got Life Hacks in the 4 till 7 slot, or 4 till 6, and then they do the official chart first look. I've got to say, it's another one, because it's normally Man United normally play Sundays, so I don't normally get to listen to it, but I always look back at what sort of themes they're discussing and whether it's relevant to me, relevant to my children. So I think it's a really important programme, but I still feel it's on at the wrong time. It feels like more of a late night kind of vibe, and they'd be able to talk about more pressing issues as well. So one for the future, maybe a future shuffle. Obviously back to the days of the surgery, that's what the show is based on. It's a nod to that brilliant format shown back in the day. That's it, pretty much. No, it's not it. I've got a couple more I want to discuss. Now, the Chillis Show, straight after that, at 7 till 9 on Sunday with Shana Larry. Arguably the best voice on the radio, the most soothing, brilliant, and I'm going to say it, sexy voice. And Sean, amazing. I don't know why, but it niggles me that Chillis Show's on at 7, and straight after is the Indie Show with Alex Hawken, which is the complete opposite to Chilled. And again, I'm an indie kid at heart. Alex absolutely smashes that slot. I just kind of feel like it should be the other way around, but you know, we're on different days. You never know what the future's going to bring, but both brilliant formats. But the Chillis Show is just so unique, so chilled. It's just what you need. It's lay in the bath, chill out. I'm not going to talk about baths. I've had a bit of a situation with a bath this week. Check out my other socials where I'm bigging up my Reach on Air colleague Harry. There's one where I thought, great idea at the time, and now I think, oh, terrible. What did you do that for? But back to it. Alex does a great job, and she gets the listeners involved. It's nice to know that the show's live as well on a Sunday. So all in all, it's a massive thumbs up from me for the weekend lineup, and like I said, it is better than weekdays. Guys, if you let me know in the comments what you think of the lineup, are you happy with it? Is there anything you'd change? And how do you feel about Radio 1 as a whole? Let me know. Like, share, subscribe. Have an amazing day.